Oh, hey. Yay.
Thanks for visiting us, guys. We're going to go. Like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Favorite. We're out.
Ding, ding. Ding,
Peace.
ding. That's the bell noise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hit that, guys.
Hit the... Over there. No.
What?
I don't know.
Just get out of your
I was
chair.
going to threaten them, show my balls on screen.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. I fucking teabagged the bell. Let's show it, guys.
Do you watch the, you don't watch Super Mega?
No, I
Or
don't.
You're just talking about YouTube?
I actually did watch their drama a while ago. That whole controversy with that
They're
upset
back.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah, they came back. That was
makes
the whole.
sense, yeah.
Yeah. So, but in the back video, they do a really funny bit with one of the guys' cocks out.
Oh.
And I just thought of that.
That's actually really funny because I know that a lot of the allegations were like that he would flash himself or something.
Well, the guy that left their work flashed them.
Okay,
but
got
they
it.
also did
Yeah.
do it. But I think the one guy did it, and then like they do. I don't know.
That's good. Yeah, I'll have to watch that.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's just an unboxing video.
Even better.
Yeah, everybody's favorite.
Dude, my rabbit hole I'm going down right now, and it's like it's been like several days now. I'm super into it. I can't stop watching them. It's like a guilty pleasure. It's the First Amendment auditor videos.
What?
Yeah, have you heard of those?
No.
All right, dude, we'll do one right now. Imagine, right?
Okay.
Here, we'll just act it out.
What's my character?
You're gonna be a post office worker, okay?
Hello, I'm a post office.
I'm a guy that you don't know that just comes into the business, okay? So here, I'll walk out and just pretend you're doing your job.
Hello, sir. Can I help you? Sir, I don't think you can record in here, sir.
Oh, no, I can't. It's my First Amendment right.
Oh, okay.
I'm an independent journalist.
Sir, if you don't need anything, I have to ask you to leave.
You can't, because this is my right to be here. I'm a public person. I'm a citizen.
Sir, okay. I'm gonna grab my manager really quick.
Yeah, and then it just so like literally that's exactly how it goes, and then the process just escalates more and more because the dudes always they either act like oblivious that they're acting strange or whatever, or the guy's just kind of like antagonistic and provokes the people. Like it's I don't even know. Like the whole process is great. Basically, so there's reasoning here, okay? It's hard for me to tell. It's funny. It's hard for me to tell if this is like entirely what I would consider ethical or not because I have some fantasies about how this should go. But so like in my head, what I understand is so it's a First Amendment right for freedom of speech and for journalists to like record things.
Yeah.
And because it's public property and taxpayer funded, people are allowed to walk in there and film without reason.
Sure.
Because if they have reason to be suspicious of like clerks not doing their job properly, like they're all funded by taxpayer money.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Sure.
But the problem is that there is a like a terrible feedback loop because it actually is better for these guys to make more money. Like it's almost masochistic because like it's better. Like imagine you're walking in there, right? Your whole living is determined by whether or not you get a rise out of people and reactions from them, and for them to assault you or violate your rights means payday, right? So like you're going in there with the phone and you're like, please violate my rights. Please, I'll fucking do it. I'll sue you. Just violate my rights. Go ahead, touch me. Put your hands on me. I'm not consenting to it, but you can. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to take you to court over it. Like, it's just... It's literally what it's like. Oh, my God. And they'll be like... The start of the video is so great because they're always like... They'll be like... they'll be pointing at the fucking federal building. They're like, what's up, guys? And never show their face usually. But it's like, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be auditing the building.
Auditing? I'm going to be auditing this.
I'm going to be auditing the public building, and this is for the rights of America. And they'll wear like a We the People hat or something. And they'll go into the fucking building, and they're like, yes, over here we have some like cards. These cards look kind of pretty. And then the person at the post office would be like, sir, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, I'm just recording. don't worry about me, like, just not giving, like, non-answers. And they'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave because you're being weird and you're making people uncomfortable. And the guy's like, well, it's not a First Amendment right that you can be uncomfortable. The law doesn't respect your feelings. I'm allowed to film here. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. Like, it's just, there's like a point where it's just like, you're clearly doing this for something. But
Jesus.
yeah, I'm not totally against it because it is their right, generally. And there are people that do it to a better degree. So, like, that's the one I've been watching, like, the Long Island Auditor. He does that. But another guy takes it, like...
Okay.
The other guy goes a completely comedic route, okay? His name is Tua Pre. So he'll act a character and pretend to be, like, so one time he dressed up as a butterfly and goes into the post office to film it. And the people are like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just flapping around. I like to fly. And then they're like, well, do you need something here? He's like, no. And they're like, do you have a name? He's like, I'm Butterfly Boy. Like, and they're just like fucking getting extremely upset. The officers are called, come in. They're like, do you have an ID? No, I just like to keep it chill. I go by Butterfly Boy. Because, like, I guess legally you don't have to give up your identification unless they suspect you of committing a crime. And then there's also, like, that beautiful mix of, like, those, like, really liberty-focused people where they're, like, individualists and they don't care about, like, tax. I don't know how to describe it, but, like, the tax-free people, because they'll always hit them with the, like, am I being detained, officer?
Yeah.
Am I being detained? And then it's like...
Am I under arrest? Then I don't need to answer your questions. I'm not under arrest. I can leave.
Literally.
Yep.
And then the guy will fucking go to the officer and the officer will be like, I need you to leave. And the guy will be like, are you asking me that if I don't leave right now, I'm gonna be arrested? Is that what you're saying? He's like, I need clear. It's like, dude, the guy just played like a magic spell, and the guy like plays a counter spell. And he's like, are you telling me that you counter the spell? Is that exactly
sure?
to clarify the rules?
Did you tap the mana to counter the spell?
Judge. Can I get a judge over here? It's literally like that, dude.
This is an enchantment. That card doesn't say enchantment on it.
I just want to confirm what you're doing, because if that goes through, you're gonna lose the spell, buddy. You're gonna lose the spell. I'm gonna call somebody. You're gonna lose the spell right now. You're gonna waste that spell. All that mana you have tapped is going. Judge, can we get a judge over here? Please violate my rights. So let me see. I'm gonna tell you how to play this game. Like, it's just, it's so fucking good.
Christ.
Oh my god. Yeah, the Tua Pre, he does some really good ones. There's one where he's like a bodybuilder and he's just on a sidewalk and he's like pointing the camera at the fucking business, and ladies come out and they're like, what do you need? He's like, oh, don't worry, I'm just getting my reps in. I got a bunch of reps to get in. And he's like, he just never breaks character.
These poor post office workers.
It's just random businesses too, like random, and he just fucks with them the whole time.
Oh God.
And acts like he's like retarded almost, basically, to say the R slur. He just acts like ignorant of what they're saying. He'll be like, oh, Beck yeah. And people are like, what? He's like, Beck yeah, man. He's like, oh, I'm just here to get Medi. And Beck yeah. And they're like, what do you, Beck yeah? And then eventually, like, they ask him enough, he'll be like, it's like, heck yeah, but Beck yeah. And they're like, oh, okay, Beck yeah. Like, or whatever. Officers will come up. Oh, my fucking God. It's so good.
It's like Eric Andre skit.
Dude, it really,
time.
It is. And it's funny because it is that pernicious cycle, like, of like, man, you really want these people to violate your rights, and technically you're doing a public good, but also at the same time you're just like being a fucking nuisance.
Yeah, this is where I'm like, I don't know if I would agree.
Yeah. Like the thing I do agree with is like, yeah, you should be able to go in public and film. Like, these people give up their right to privacy by not living a hermit lifestyle and going out in public. I understand that, and also, you know, we should allow other people, even if they're weird or strange or act different, or maybe they're like hella autistic, to, you know, because those people exist. They're going to be weird and they're going to film stuff.
Sure.
So, like, we should be accommodating to them, and, you know, people should be educated on the laws. But, like, these guys go in there and they're, like, morally indignant, and they're like, I'm gonna educate some people today. I'm here to educate. All right, post office, let's see what, and they're like really snotty about it, because they're like, well, if they don't disrupt any business and they don't cause any problems, well, then I just leave. Like basically admitting that if they don't have a reaction to what you're doing, you're fine. It's
And the
whatever.
video goes in the
Yeah.
recycling bin, and you go home.
Yeah, and then all the people in the comments are like, that cop needs to be, fucking thrown out, get a case against them, abuse of power, and it's like
Jesus.
sometimes, yeah, that happens, right? Like if they don't know the law and
Well, it is kind of their job.
it's their job to know the law. They make mistakes, but at the same time, it's also like, clearly there's like an emotional thing going on
yeah.
here. Like there is some provocation by being random and weird.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It's very entertaining.
Yes.
I cannot get enough of it. That has been my guilty fucking pleasure. Oh my god. Oh, you're gonna touch me. You're touching me. I can't believe you're touching me. Let me film it. Oh my god, you're touching me.
Judge, can't you see?
Touching me.
Can't you see, Judge, that he was touching me, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to be touched, and I said it earlier in the video.
Yeah. The one I was just watching is this guy. He got banned from a public building for like over a year, and they went through the court case, and the city ended up having to pay $10,000 because obviously he was right in his right to film, and they kicked him out, and they've arrested him or whatever unlawfully. And so he's like brings the paper there, and he just goes there to like essentially do his victory lap and like haze all the security officers there. He's like, what you did. You cost taxpayers $10,000 to pay me because you don't understand the law. I'm sitting there like, okay, there's like some. I mean, yes, technically you're right, but also like you're the one that costs people $10,000.
Jesus.
Like that's. Christ. I mean, you're kind of right. Like I get it. It's just like maybe we're just being an asshole about it. Maybe that's the problem. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm between both worlds. It's funny, and it's also clearly people need to be educated. But it's
if it's your job.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to Dr. Phil talk about things.
Yeah.
And Dr. Phil was saying, he's like, with a police officer's job's really hard because they have to be both a social worker and freaking whatever, and they have to uphold the law, and so they have to do like 6 different jobs, essentially. And so it kind of makes sense. Like if an officer or whatever isn't like the best at whatever, it's like, well, they also have to do a bunch of other jobs. Yeah.
And then it's at the same time too. It's like, they got a whole bunch of things they got to do. They have their own lives that you got to take into account. And they're probably not going to know every law off the top of their head.
Yeah.
And they're not going to expect probably the weird edge case scenarios where some guy dresses in a butterfly costume and goes in the post office and refuses to leave and continues filming awkwardly while he talks about nothing for 30 minutes. Like the Tuapri guy, I'll give it to him because I thought it was pretty entertaining. He pretended to be like an Indian prince and was just staring at one of the like plants in the lobby for like 4 hours. Talking about it and recording, and he just stayed there because the people were being dicks. Like the post office workers were like, we can't throw this guy out. Like, why can't we throw this guy out? Like, we can lock the building, we can push him out or something. Like, they were just being like, they didn't even after officers confronted them and explained that he has a right to film. Like, this guy he stayed there.
He's
just
not doing
anything just to fuck with them even longer, like just to see what the reactions were.
All right, so but if the building closes, like, all right, post office closes at 5, he's got to leave.
Yeah, so if it's there's a couple scenarios where it's pretty interesting because like they can kind of claim they're going on a lunch break and close, but if other citizens are still in the building like using the faculties and they're not employees, then technically they're like just specifically targeting him, and that's considered abuse of power. But if the building is actually closing, he's allowed to leave. But there's also some weird loopholes too. Like by saying you're a journalist, from what I understand, an independent journalist, and you don't really have to state your business. It can be whatever you want. And then technically, yes, we the people, like Article 1, freedom of speech gives you the right to go and journal in public spaces. So like when people ask like, did you get permission to film? He'll be like, yeah, I got it from the WTP. the WTP, and they're like, well, can I see that? And he's like, oh, yeah, I can show you it. And he like pulls up the We the People document on him. He's like, here, it says in Article 1.1 or whatever.
The first one there,
yeah,
right there.
It's pretty funny. It has some moments where I'm like, this is kind of funny, but it's also like a weird, like looking into the fish tank, watching like an aquarium of like weird social experiment stuff happening, and I'm not sure how ethical I find this. Like, part of me wants to do this. Like, I want to go to a post office and start recording, but I want to tell them like, yo, I'm here because I want to exercise my First Amendment right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I bet they would be fucking normal.
That would be fine.
They would be like, oh, sweet, I get what you're doing. You fucking communicate with
Instead
me.
of coming in here
I'll
with
understand.
a butterfly costume.
Yeah, instead of coming in here, like, acting like a fucking weirdo, looking through the windows. Like, oh, I'm just scanning this QR code for like 3 hours. Oh, it's Android. It's kind of slow. Like, it's funny. It's really funny, dude. It is so funny. I love the trolling, but at the same time, I bet I believe if you just walked in, that's the other side I want to see. I want to see people who like, I'm here to exercise my First Amendment right.
Like a real
to film.
audit.
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist. I just want to make sure that I can film, and you guys aren't going to infringe on my rights. If you need to call an officer, we can talk about it more. Like, just that. That's what I want to see. But they'll walk around, and it's just like, there'll be some lady like working at her fucking desk, and he's just like holding the phone, like looking at her like this, and he's like, yeah, it's, like, what are you doing here, sir? Oh, I'm just... like, they act like that. It's like, what the fuck? I feel like if you had some charisma stat. And the other reason I don't think it's for like the good of the people necessarily is they don't often have like the business in the title. Like, it's a clickbait title.
Oh yeah.
It's like 10 officers walk of shame back after being schooled. Like, that'll be like the title of the video. Or like, let's see how people in Florida react to a robot. And he like dressed in a robot costume and
goes,
yeah. Or like, I carry a fishing pole in public everywhere. It's like, and then they go into a library and later be like, oh, excuse me, can I help you, sir? And he's like, oh, no, I'm just on the It's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, John. It's for his dad. What do you mean? I'm from East Carolina. It's for his dad. What do you mean? It's for what? It's for his dad. We're trying to get something for India. For what, sir? Yeah, for India. We're looking for the I for the P for our D. Like, he just says shit like that, and then people are just like, I'm gonna call the police.
Yeah, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, what? This guy doesn't speak English. I'm from East Carolina. Born and raised, I'll be looking for trout.
I mean, like, if this guy's like on drugs, like maybe you don't want him here.
Yeah. Oh my God. I just keep going down the rabbit hole again. It's just amazing. What else have you been up to? You gotta talk. I'm done.
I don't know, dude. What else am I?
I'm auditing you. Tell me.
It's
It's my First Amendment right.
You're infringing on my. Wait a second.
I've been nothing but respectful, officer. I'm the East Carolina fisherman.
Nothing. Just like putting the camera.
Yeah,
on
I will
face.
say, they do this, but I haven't seen them do the pushing thing.
All right.
That's my addendum to it.
Gotcha.
Because I find it funny. Because it's awkward at the least.
It is. But I haven't been doing much. I've been working. I have 2 jobs. I sell insurance now.
Mm-hmm. I have like 6 jobs now.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I do maintenance.
Uh-huh.
I do my video game. I have a music career.
Nice.
I clean my girlfriend's house.
Have you been making more songs?
Oh, yeah. I'm always working on songs.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can play one for you after if you want to hear it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Sweet. Yeah, always working on songs. Gotta get my next album out.
Yep.
I'm not trying to one-up you either.
No, you're good.
I'm just saying, I feel like I have a lot of jobs.
In my head, I was like, I got 2 jobs. He's got like 6. I'm like, whoa, I better pick up the pace.
No, Jade and I have been joking a lot that we have like a lot of jobs because it's just all the weird shit we get paid to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I do weed trimming on the side too.
Nice.
That's another job.
Yeah, that is a job.
I'll do so much, dude.
That's a good, that's a bunch of job.
Yeah. But anyways, how are your 2 jobs going? Do you want to talk about the other one? You want to leave it?
The robot one or the insurance one's fine. I'm just getting started on it, so there's not really a whole lot going on.
We'll talk about your hustle. Hustle them.
My hustle?
Yeah, we got people.
You guys want to buy some insurance?
Yeah,
give me a phone call.
Look at them. There's people that want ASMR content, and they also want insurance.
Yeah. Here. Let's we can do a simulation.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, I'll be the door.
Yeah. No.
You can knock on me. Ding.
What?
Boo! Shut up, Baxter!
Oh.
Hello?
Hi. I. Quite the dog you got there.
Yeah.
What breed is that?
Oh, he's like an Australian hellhound. He's so good. He's such a good boy.
Oh yeah, hellhound. That's funny. I like that. That's really good.
Yeah, no, we got him from Australia.
I don't want
Everything's hell over there.
I don't want to waste a lot of your time.
No, I got nothing going on.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if you were interested in some life insurance.
Depends. Are you selling it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Do I look like I need life insurance?
Everybody
You
does.
tell me Baxter won't help me.
Everybody does.
Why should I get life insurance?
Because you'd look good on you.
Oh, my. Come in, young man.
And that's how you sell insurance.
Yeah, what do you, like, what questions do you have to ask?
Well, so everything's
To be serious for a moment.
Via lead. So I get leads. You purchase leads off
What do
the
you mean
internet.
you purchase? Oh, like you purchase data of random people that is sold without their consent.
Oh, with their consent. They sign up.
Oh, even better.
They sign up, throw their thing in a thing, and then those are purchased by a company. That company is like, oh, hey, this guy was interested in this specific type of life insurance, and we told them that we would be in contact within X amount of whatever. And so that's where I purchase that from the company and then give them a phone call.
I see. And you don't go door to door or do any of that?
I could. You can do any way you want, right?
Okay.
I could go door to door. I feel like that would be the worst.
Yeah, probably.
And I don't think that you would sell much insurance that way. I think phone calls, like if you did flyers or something, that might be better. But realistically, word of mouth, stuff like that would probably be the best.
So have you like called anybody yet?
No. It has taken since December, it is now March, for me to get all my licenses, and I just got approved for 3 products.
And what made you want to do this?
It's just okay. So for my robot programming stuff, it's good whenever I'm working all the time. But there are times where I'm not working all the time, and so like whenever I'm sitting on the bench, kind of at home, not really doing anything, I would like something that I can make some side income with. So I was talking to a few other guys that do, like another guy that owns a robot programming business. It's similar to mine, and he was like, "Hey, you know, this like insurance thing popped up in my world, and I'm gonna do it. Do you want to join in?" I'm like, sure. So here I am. And so the plan is to get people below me or whatever to also sell insurance, so that way I get a little cut, and then they have a way of making money or whatever. And so yeah, so that's that whole thing.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I have a lot of questions.
What's you want?
So like, how do you feel about telemarketers personally?
I don't really like. I mean, like, I haven't gotten a telemarketer in like years. So
what do you think about like cold calling?
I don't know. I wouldn't do that.
But I mean, that's kind of what you're doing, right?
I'm not. So the lead is someone that was interested in the insurance. It tells you what product they were interested in, and then you go like, that person is interested in that product, and they inquired about it like 2 hours ago or whatever.
Oh, I see.
And then you go like, I will call them now, and then you call them, and they're like, oh, hey, yeah, no, I was just looking online for quotes and stuff. I was wondering if I could get a quote. I'm like, yeah, of course I can get you a quote, sir. And then you.
Oh, interesting.
Right. So it's not like it's not. Yeah, it's not as like.
Like, hey kid, you want to buy some life insurance?
Hey man, I'm hacking some insurance.
I hate to tell you this, but something might go down on the 3rd moon of the 4th month of this year, motherfucker. Oh my god!
Not interested.
Yeah. Call back 3 days later at 3 a.m. Yeah. You better watch your clock, motherfucker.
I'm playing hardball.
Yeah.
Like just.
Don't you play hard to get now, buddy boy.
I know you want $1 million policy.
Hate to tell you now, but phones nowadays have 300x zoom. I'm looking through your windows. Oh my god.
no, don't you want to buy some insurance? See, now, all right, you have to take all these classes.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't do these things.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, the classes would be the best part to do. What do they say you can't do? Like, do they give you examples?
I mean, like, well, so most of them are on, like, rules and stuff. But generally, you can't lie at all. Can't lie. I cannot lie. I cannot obscure the truth about the insurance. What you can do is you can lie about, like, if somebody asks you, hey, do you make commission? You don't have to tell them the truth about that. So, like, you know, I obviously, all the money that I get is from commission.
Yeah.
So, you can obfuscate the truth in that way. But, you know, other than that, it's all, like, Michigan and whatever other laws that you have to follow specifically to sell wherever you're at.
Yeah, so you can't, like, put a flaming bag of shit on their front porch.
Yeah,
It'd be
with
like,
a no.
buy insurance or die.
Yeah, that would be. I think that one would fall under illegal. Yeah, I think,
something.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also make you go through a money laundering class, which tells you how people money launder specifically. Like, this is how Jimmy Two Shoes money launders. Don't do it.
But here's how to do it.
But here's how they do that.
How do they do that?
Money laundering?
Yeah, with the insurance stuff.
Oh, so they buy policies and cancel them, and then the refund checks, they cash them. So, all right. If I buy insurance, use illicit funds, legal money, and then cancel it, I get all my money back. So then I can put that into the legal system, showing, here's my receipt, this is legal money. And that's how they essentially would do it.
So, guys, we're not advocating for you to do this if you need to launder money.
There's a lot of rules against it.
You're not allowed to do this process of buying insurance policies and then canceling them and requesting that the money come back to you and then claiming that as legal tender, that it wasn't procured from illicit means.
The big thing is, I can't be a part of it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so Jimmy Two Shoes.
That's why they educate you to not do that.
Do you want to read a limerick?
Yeah. Do you have one? Do you just have one on hand?
Yeah, I think I got one.
Hey, I thought about this earlier. Like, what if Batman had to fight a guy named the Riddler, and he was a pedophile that used limericks?
I kind of like that.
Yeah?
That might be fun.
It's a good villain.
Some people might be opposed to it.
Why?
I don't know. I have a feeling this is going to be a touchy subject. Actually, I really like this one. This isn't a limerick, but I want you to read that to the audience.
Okay,
Do it like a kindergarten teacher, please. Where you read it and then you show them the picture after.
Okay,
got it.
There was a crooked man, and he went a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence against a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, which caught a crooked mouse. And they all lived together in a little crooked house.
Amazing. Yeah, I got really into the Mother Goose Child's. This is Mother Goose. It's like all the nursery rhymes. This book is 110 years old.
Jesus.
Yeah. No N-word in this one. There was in the other one. Yeah, there was another.
One.
There was another book I saw.
Did it have pictures?
Yeah, pictures. I'll show it to you later. Okay. It was pretty bad. It was pretty stereotypical.
What was the one that you wanted to?
Oh yeah, sorry, it's in here.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna whip it out.
Yeah, here I'll whip it out. I got another book.
Oh, these are pretty pictures. Look at these.
Yeah, I loved it.
They're very nice.
I was like, man, I don't really know if I know off the top of my head Humpty Dumpty and all the other ones, and
yeah,
I wanted to learn them, and
I like oh, look at it. It's little Jack Horner sat in a corner eating a Christmas pie, and he put in his thumb and got a plum, and he said, "Oh boy, what a good boy I am," or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one because of the Puss in Boots movie that made me feel emotions.
Yes. Yeah, Puss in Boots is in this book here. This is like a collection of...
That's Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, it's got Peter Rabbit. It's got everything. So this is a guy who does... is it him? Sorry, I'm retarded. Keep talking.
All good. So Mother Goose, that's cool. Speaking of the Puss in Boots movie, the sequel to the bad Puss in Boots movie, I forget what it's called. Very good movie. It has, I haven't felt a lot of, a panic attack. I haven't had many a panic attack in my entire life. Now, I have only in my maybe when I was younger and I didn't recognize it, but like as I got older, I had one panic attack where I'm just like, I just can't deal with this right now, and I had to like just go outside and like breathe for a while. That was interesting. Now the thing is that experiencing that for the time in my life, I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. I've never even like felt that from like any other kind of media or whatever. The Puss in Boots movie has perfectly, in my opinion, shown that on a screen, and I think that's the only piece of media that I think I've seen that I was like, oh wow, I understand that because I did that once.
That's pretty interesting. I haven't seen the movie. Can you explain what the scene was that you felt that, or the story plot, or what?
I don't know. Well, okay, I didn't want to really. I don't really want to. Puss in Boots is essentially running away from death.
Oh, okay.
And you kind of get that from the beginning, and so he has a moment where he feels like he's about to face death. And so that is that moment.
That's interesting. The Puss in Boots story. I might be blanking here. I think it's written by Charles Perrault. If not, it might be Hans Christian Andersen or something. But the story is basically just like, I mean, to give you the lowdown, it's there's three brothers, and their father passes away, who owns a mill. The oldest brother gets the mill. The second brother gets a donkey, and then like the third brother just gets a cat. And the third brother's like, man, I got the shit end of the stick. This cat ain't gonna be able to make me any money, because at least the mill can make money, and the donkey can like till and pull stuff, so that can make money. And the cat's like, don't worry, youngest son, it is I, a much more useful cat with monetizable abilities. I will show you my ways. And then he's like,
I will show you the way of capitalism.
The guy's like, yeah, fucking whatever, you're a cat, you can just go sleep all day and whatever, I'll just be poor or whatever. And he's like, don't worry, master. All I need to accomplish my quest of making you the richest man is for you to give me a potato sack. The guy's like, yeah, I can give you your potato sack, you fucking weird talking cat. Gives him the cat, gives it to the cat. The cat's like, I will be back, sir, and goes and catches a mouse, right? And I was like, okay, well, that seems kind of weird. And then he takes the mouse, and he goes to the king, like a nearby king, and he's like, the venerable Lord whatever his name is, we'll call him Lord Monte, or well, I'm thinking Monte Cristo for some reason, but yeah. Lord Monte Cristo offers to you the most finest thing of all, a dead mouse or whatever, or something like that. And the king's like, oh, thank you, like, I appreciate the pleasantries, that's cool, like, whatever. He's like, just remember it was from Lord Monte Cristo. And the guy's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And so the cat, like, you know, it like waits a few days, like, and then like it's basically the guy. So he just keeps doing shit like that to the king and being like, oh, this is from Mount Crisco. Like there's a point where like he's like, all right, master, I need you to go to the river and pretend to wash your clothes, like get naked and go wash in the river. And then like the guy's like, okay, you weird cat, whatever. And then like the cat steals the clothes, and then the king just happens to be coming by, and then the cat goes to the king and he's like, King, it is awful, but like the count has lost. The venerable count that has been donating to you for many months now has lost his clothing and requires some garb. And the king's like, oh, well, obviously I gotta give garb to him, like, because, you know, he's been donating to me. He gives him garb to, like, kind of feign royalty, basically, and he looks all dressed up and amazing. And then he gets to ride with the count and whatever. Then the cat, while they're driving in this carriage, the cat goes ahead to, like, all the farmers, and he's like, all right, pretend that you work for the Count Monte Cristo. If you don't, I will kill you. And the farmers are like, okay, yeah, we'll pretend we're tilling land for this guy. Yeah. And so they have these beautiful fields, and then the king comes up and he's like, well, who do you work for? And they're like, these are the lands and fields of Count Monte Cristo. Like, that is what they're here for. And they're like, okay, whatever. And then like it just keeps going and going, and then there's a beautiful castle, and the cat runs ahead, and then he's like, this is a castle of an ogre, like a horrible ogre or something, with amazing magical powers. And so the cat confronts the ogre, and he's like, I need you to like leave and die or something.
I need you to die.
Yeah. And the ogre's like, haha, like I'd ever do that, and turns into a giant like lion. And he's like, let me show you my shape-shifting ability that I can use to threaten everyone of all whatever areas. And the cat's like, oh, that's pretty cool, but I bet you can't turn into a mouse. And he's like, you think I can't turn into a
No.
mouse. And it turns into a mouse, and the cat just kills him. And then the king, like, comes to the door, and the cat opens the door, and he's like, yes, this is Mount Crisco's castle. Like, yeah, and all the fields were owned by the ogre, so, like, this guy just kind of, like,
liberated a castle.
It's so random. It is so fucking bizarre. It's honestly great. So, those stories make sense. Another side tangent, which I think you'll find funny. So there's this book. When I was in therapy, the guy was doing like an active imagination thing with me to try to like ask, I don't know, like to get me to think of like probably like some sort of repressed thought so that he could play off of them or something.
Yeah.
And so he's reading passages from The Turnip Princess. And The Turnip Princess is a book of short, like passed down folklore and stories. But it's particularly interesting because the guy, I forget his name off the top of my head, he was like a German dude hundreds of years ago that went around collecting folktales, kind of like the Grimm brothers. And then his stuff just sat in a box for like till into the 2010s or something.
Jeez.
And then they found it, they dusted it off, and then they published some of the stories and translated them to English because they were like German or Bavarian stories or whatever.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about them is they're not edited. They don't have any of that like Christian themes that a lot of they impose onto some of these things.
Yeah.
And it didn't have the benefit of like people reacting to the stories and then like the author having to change it. Like for example, from what I understand, from what Jade said, The Little Mermaid, made by Hans Christian Andersen, the original ending was that the mermaid, like, essentially wants to become human to marry the prince, whatever, all that shit. The prince rejects her, goes for a different girl, and then she just, like, dies and turns into sea foam. That was the original ending, because she couldn't capture the prince's heart within the 3 days she was allotted to be on land.
Jesus.
And she wanted like an immortal soul, but she couldn't get it. And so after like I'm assuming hate mail or people read the ending and didn't like it, he changed it to like, oh, the wind spirits picked up her soul, and if she works hard for 100 years and her 9 to 5 is being a wind current, then she can get her. It's like
she just clocks in. All right, time to be wind.
If she shows up for the next couple 100 years, you'll get a soul, Missy. Don't worry, you'll find your soul. Just gotta work hard like everybody else here getting their soul. So.
Clocking in at the factory.
Clocking in. So I'm reading, clocking in. Oh my God, the wind feels so good on my hair today. Keep working like that and you're gonna get a raise, Missy. Might even get a soul tomorrow. Like it's just...
You might get your soul early.
Yeah, you might get your soul early. Just keep working. We just started the 9-9-6 schedule. Yep, you work 9 to 9, 6 days a week. You get 1 day off. That's what it's tough life being a wind current. Fucking stupid.
Cletus, the tornado's coming tomorrow, so you better watch out. He's dangerous.
He's a high-level officer. And we don't want to disappoint. He'll put you back down to the sea foam. That's what he does. Tear up your house.
My auntie is back to sea foam right now.
You should have heard what he did to this poor little girl named Dorothy. Took her to a whole nother dimension. Isekai'd her to the Wizard of Oz.
And let me tell you, she came from a land of black and white, and now she's in color.
And her little dog, too.
I shit you not.
That girl's still going to therapy today. After she saw that fucking witch. Killed a woman, too.
Killed a woman.
Trauma. That's what we call that here. Don't fuck with Cletus.
Anyway, that's enough for break time. I'm going to grab a cigarette. You get back to work.
Yeah, stop blowing off. I don't want any rustling that isn't the rustling you're getting paid to do. Oh my fucking God. So I'm reading The Turnip Princess, and it doesn't have the benefit of time of being edited where people can like react and then be like, that's a shit story. You gotta fucking change that. So the ramifications of this are all the stories just kind of sound like coked out dreams, dude. like my favorite is like it opens up with this great story. So it's a prince. And he's walking around, sees a cave, decides to go in.
Yeah.
He enters the cave, and inside the cave he finds a bear. Makes sense.
Oh,
but it's a talking bear. And then he finds a He's talking to I think he finds the witch first. Whatever, it's a bear and a witch. And he's like, well, shit, I can't leave because there's a fucking bear here blocking the door. And then there's like a rusty nail like in the cave wall. And the bear's like, dude, you gotta pull out that nail. The guy's like,
come here, boy.
he's like, dude, you gotta fucking pull that nail out. I promise you. It's gonna be the best shit ever. Just pull that nail out. And the witch isn't there. She's gone. And it's just him with the bear. The bear's like, you need to pull that fucking nail out.
He's just like, I gotta pull out the nail. The bear's
Yeah.
like, pull out the nail.
So he's like, well, what's gonna happen if I pull out the nail? He's like, dude, you pull out this fucking nail, go outside, put it under a turnip, you're gonna get a beautiful lady. I promise. That's all you gotta do. Pull the nail out. You get a beautiful lady. Put it under a turnip in the field outside. The guy's like, well...
You ever heard of a talking bear that lies?
Yeah, you ain't ever heard of a talking bear, let alone one that lies. So he fucking pulls the nail out. And fucking, he's like, tells the bear, like, yo, man, I'm gonna go get my woman. Goes outside the cave, because now it's not a problem. Finds a turnip in the field, fucking monster appears. Guy's like, oh shit, drops the nail, lands on a fucking thorn bush, cuts himself, looks at the bleeding, goes, oh shit, faints. Okay, wakes up. We don't know how much later, but we know it's been long enough for him to grow a fucking beard. Okay, wakes up, was beardless before, has a fucking beard, gets up, like, oh shit, man, how long I've been out? Fucking looks at himself in the water. Fuck, walking around, happens to see a fucking big turnip, right? And then, he finds a bush. On the bush is like a single red flower. He's like, I'm gonna take that. Fucking cracks that branch off. Then he sees a big turnip. He's like, I need to put this in the turnip. Fucking stabs it in the turnip.
The flower?
Yeah, yeah, the stick with the flower on it. Stabs it in the turnip, falls asleep again. Wakes up again. Fucking turnip's a bowl now. Looks into the bowl and he's like, oh shit, dude. And there's a nail in there. And then the ridges of the inside of the turnip bowl show like a beautiful woman. He's like, shit, man, this makes sense. And throws it away. Fucking runs back to the cave, enters it. There's no one in there. Finds the nail on the ground. Puts it in the wall. The bear appears again. He's like, shit, dude, I told you I wasn't lying. Witch appears too. And he's like, where's the beautiful woman? The witch is like, I've been here the whole time. I'm the beautiful woman. The guy's like, I don't believe that. The bear's like, just pull that nail out again and you'll see. And he's like, I want pull the nails. Pull the nail out. I'll show you. Pulls the nail out halfway, looks at the bear. Oh, I forgot. The bear turned into a man after he pulled the nail out the first time. Right. Yeah, I'm sorry. He pulls it out halfway. The guy's like half man, half bear, and the woman looks like half beautiful. He's like, oh shit, I see how this works. Pulls it out all the way. Beautiful woman there. Takes the woman, marries her. We don't know what happened to the fucking bear. Gone.
Bearman's dead.
I'm like, what the fuck did I just read?
You never put it underneath the turnip.
Never put it underneath the turnip. Oh my god, it's so good, dude.
What the hell?
So yeah, I gotta buy a physical copy of that soon. I've been thinking about those stories left and right, man. They're all good.
Jesus.
There was a yeah. Do you want to hear another one? Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. I'm ready.
Okay, so there's 3 hunters.
Uh-huh.
They're in the woods, right?
What are their names?
They're trying Bill, Joe, and Cletus.
All right, Cletus again. This is Cletus' backstory.
Yeah,
I understand.
There's something about that southern drawl that just brings me in around the fire. So there's 3 guys, and they're like hunters, and they're looking for their sister who is taken, and she's like gone. So they're running through the woods, and they're sleeping. It's like in like whatever, these rainy environments and stuff. Then eventually they come upon a cottage. So they get to the cottage, they open it up inside, and they're like, oh, finally we have a place to sleep that isn't like just a bare ground outside in the forest. Maybe we'll find our sister, Eugene, tomorrow. Whatever.
Eugene, another man. My sister.
My sister Eugene.
My sister Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene. My mama didn't really care about gender names. Bill's a girl. No. So they're sleeping, and then like the fire like kind of like I guess comes to life a little bit, and there's like a little fairy sprite or whatever, and she's trying to boil milk in a thimble, and they're like, well, we can't have that. So they kick her out. And she's like crying and like sobbing outside beyond the fence for some reason, probably because she was kicked out of her house. And she's like singing and she's like, please let me in. She's like, I promise I'll like help you save your sister. And the guy's like, oh shit, we can do that. She'll help us find our sister. And so like a couple days later, the sister comes back and the description of the sister is like pale and like blood or something. Like she just looks like ghastly basically. And the brothers are like, Eugene, what's been happening to you? And she's like, well, there was this little gray man, and he's been teasing me and making me suck his little finger. And the brothers are like, oh, fuck, no, he ain't. And so they go kill the guy. They find him. They fucking kill him, and they bury him in the garden, okay? Fucking dead. Then these beautiful flowers grow, okay? And the pixie's like, after the girl smelling the beautiful flowers, they're like, you can't break the flowers, because if you do, bad things are going to happen. Everybody just got to start They're like, bad things are going to happen if you break these flowers. She's like, okay, don't worry, I won't break the flowers. And then a little dog, a white dog, shows up, turns into a man, and is like, Eugene, I love you. And she's like, well, I love you too. And the brother's like, this is a weird dog man. We can't let you take our sister. And she's like, the hell you can't. And the dog man's like, I'll come back for you. And so he like goes away and they're like, Eugene, you just met him like 3 minutes ago.
He was a dog before that.
There was a random fucking dude. He was a dog. You're going to be a dog fucker. They call that zoophilia. It's a big fucking problem around here. We're hunters. We hunt. It's a dog. And she's like, I love him. I think I'm in love. There's something about the way he talks to me when he says my name that I didn't previously tell him. So whatever. The guy comes back in a beautiful carriage. He's apparently royalty. Here to take Eugene.
He's been a dog.
Yeah, but the brothers, they obviously have some reservations about this. She was like, fuck you, and breaks the flowers. And so the brothers turn into 3 deers, and then they turn into like stone and freeze there. And the pixie's like, you cannot speak for 7 years, my child. You will not be able to say anything. And so she goes with the guy, and the guy's like, I don't have a problem. She already gave me her consent, so I'm just going to take her to the palace.
See ya.
So he gets to the palace, and he's like, doing his thing with his wife, who doesn't talk and is a complete mute now for 7 years. But his mama don't like her. His mama fucking hates her.
Wow.
So she has her first kid.
You can't have mama problems.
She has her first kid with Dogman. And it's a son. And so the mom's like, we can't be having that. So she chokes out the fucking son, kills him, smears the blood on her mouth while she's asleep. And she brings her son and she's like, she ate your kid. That damn girl you got out of the woods, she ate your kid. And the guy's like, I don't believe it. My wife is virtuous. I know as a dog man of loyalty and honor, my wife would never do that.
Oh, wow.
And then it happens like 3 more times and he's like, my wife is killing my children. I believe Mama. Mama is right. It is with my honor and integrity that I must put my wife to death via the executioner. So he puts her in a chair and they're rearing up the blade to kill her. And then the brothers show up and they're like, Eugene, it's been 7 years. You can talk again. We're free. And she's like, the mom did it the whole time. And the dog's like, I fucking knew it, and kills the mom. That's it. That's the fucking
there
story.
you go.
Yeah. That's the whole fucking tale.
The brothers are like, we knew where you were somehow.
Yeah. We knew that weird dog man took you to the palace where the dog man rules. All we had to do was ask around. I asked the local German shepherd. Where'd the white dog go? Bow, wow, wow.
I'm a hunter, but I'm not hunting you.
Yeah, I ain't hunting you. You might be able to help me hunt some grouse tomorrow.
Some grease.
Yeah, so she had the perfect life with Dogman.
Yeah, damn.
You know what? I want to act like these stories are nonsensical, but I can make sense of them.
What's the moral of that story?
Yeah, so the moral of that, let me get back to you. So the first story, here's what I think the moral is, right? So you got like the archetypical man, right? And he's confronting the darkness of self, right?
Sure.
In the cave, in the cave, there's the feminine aspect of himself, you know, and then there's also the animalistic aspect of himself. And the feminine aspect starts out ugly, you know, like he has to be able to accept it and approve of it and validate it, and the animalistic aspect of himself, the bear also needs to become more refined and disciplined over time. So I think there's an aspect of him going into the cave, and the rusty nail, a nail to me is like man's tool, right? It's like something made by man. But like in his life. Rusty. What?
But it's rusty.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like it's been nailed into this cave. Like I picture the cave almost like as his mind. Like he's learned all these things over the course of his life, and in order to like be able to perceive the animal instinct for what it is, and also his feminine aspect of himself as what it is, he has to remove the nail. But the first time he does it, he doesn't know what he's doing. And so he goes back out following this like weird like idea of a turnip, like this nonsensical shit, because the bear needs him to like externally go out into the world and look for like the meaning to these things, to be able to understand like, the meaning within. The truth is inside of you in some capacity. And then, there's the time passing, right? He like passes out, he gets hurt, and then he grows a beard. He's older now in some capacity. We don't know how old.
Yeah.
Wakes up, and then he realizes the whole time after he's looking into this concave turnip, like it wasn't about the turnip the whole time. It was the fucking nail. And the beautiful woman is like, it's something to do with the nail. He puts the connection together. And then he goes back to the cave after a long time of trying to find the value and the understanding externally, and then goes back to the cave and meets them again. And then he's able to unlearn the things previously that bound him to understanding them conceptually only as what they are. That's kind of what I think. Now, I think the second story is just racist about little gray men that want their fingers sucked. That's what I think it's about. I think that's the pretty much...
I think they just wanted to kill a gray man.
A gray man.
Maybe back in the day whenever there were... whenever this story was written...
Yeah.
There were, like, people that they would call gray men.
Yeah.
And they were, like, just really racist against
That's
those.
what
like,
I think it was.
They will release curses.
And they just wanted to tease and have their fingers sucked.
That's right, yeah.
What's wrong with a man getting a finger sucked? Nothing.
The brothers didn't like that.
The brothers didn't like that.
So if you're a brother, you shouldn't like that.
Yeah, I guess so. Because they're not the ones sucking the finger. That's what they have a problem with.
Oh, they wanted to suck the finger.
I think it's a jealousy thing, honestly.
Do you think because there's 4 of them, he could have had them suck individual fingers?
I don't think it would have been enough. The brothers they're possessive. I think that's the problem.
Oh,
they're really possessive.
They're going to take away the sister's finger, too.
Yeah.
So
they just love their sister and they don't like gray men. They're racist. That's what I think the story is about.
I think the story is don't trust your mother and don't trust gray people.
And marry dogs.
And marry dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
And bestiality's okay.
Yeah. That's what that story was.
The moral of the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because inside, they're actually men.
And also, don't fuck with little pixies trying to boil milk in a thimble.
Yeah.
That's the first mistake.
What was going on with that one?
Yeah. She's not bothering anyone.
She's like, shh.
Yeah. Yeah, don't break those
flowers. Somehow I know about literally everything.
Yeah.
The gray men?
No, honestly, to put a realistic spin on it, in that story, there is a very important repeating concept of 3. It comes up like all the time.
Okay.
So I think that has to do with some sort of aspect of like, in some way the brothers are represented by the flowers, but the flowers that grew were also like they grew on the fact that like the brothers protected her or something. Like I'm not entirely sure what the story is about, but it seems to be something about like maybe familial ties, maybe her not being able to speak for who she is because maybe she can't communicate herself because she broke her like family bond or something by like turning her brothers into deers by breaking the flowers or something like that. And it isn't until her brothers come back and like talk to her after she's had like a lot of, I don't know, I'm not really sure. I don't know what the dog
who knows?
Yeah, maybe it's just like maybe he is just representing like the animal instinct, and she followed her animal instinct and found him attractive rather than like marrying. Maybe he has like mommy issues or something, and there was some sort of complex thing. He hasn't matured as a prince or.
I mean, like, who knows the backstory on the mom?
Yeah.
She had sex with a dog, and now just a half dog, half human.
Yeah, and then she killed kids pretty relentlessly.
Yeah.
It seems like you gotta be a pretty specific person to just kind of choke out a baby.
Yeah.
And smear blood onto her while she's sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, like, where do you cut the baby after you choke the baby?
I don't really know. That's another thing. Maybe the baby coughed up blood because she kind of like crushed his esophagus or something. But if she, maybe she got long nails. Maybe she got a manicure.
Oh, you think she
stuck
them in there?
Yeah.
Damn.
There are these like repeating concepts of like the archetypical like devouring mother type aspect. And
there's a lot of stuff where moms kill things.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah, so
it's like the opposite of what mom is represented normally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like always used as an evil character because it's like, oh, that's not really what a mom would do.
It's kind of evil in the sense too when you think about it though, because you will, in some sense, be immature if your like mom were to coddle you your entire life.
Sure.
Like there has to be a certain point where that sort of bond is not broken, but like transformed and matured.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you forever remain like a coddled person. And I don't, we hear all these things. There's a lot of obviously men trying to direct men for like resources too. Like you have all these like red pill guys that are
Sure.
talking about how there aren't the rituals in America anymore for which to sort of have your independence and your emancipation from childhood.
Yeah.
All that stuff I understand.
Sure.
Yeah, because there's no houses. Well, it's hard to get.
The houses are there. They're just billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And people will buy them in front of you that are conglomerates of companies or whatever. Yeah.
There's no fighting rituals that you can do anymore where like, all the guys at night kidnap you from your mother and then like beat you in the woods unless you defend yourself and then you are ordained as a man. Like there's no rebirth type ritual.
Sure.
So I get it, man. You got to find your way.
Yeah.
So here are limericks. Pick one. Read one.
You. Oh, okay. So I got. All right. One second. One second.
Go ahead. Think about it. I can edit it and delete it if you.
I already like the words of this one. So there was a. There was a young lady of Norway who casually sat in the doorway. When the door squeezed her flat, she exclaimed, "What of that?" The courage of the young lady of Norway. What does that have to do with anything?
They're great.
This reminds me of a time when I was in kindergarten? No, stop. Yeah, let's say kindergarten. And I was sitting in front for story time, and one of the other kids in the class pushed me into the teacher, into like she was wearing a dress, into her dress and like went back, and she was like, "Whoa, don't do that." I'm like, I didn't do that. And I remember being a little bit upset about that because I was like, I am 100% not to blame here. And she seemed like she blamed me, but maybe she didn't because nothing else came of it.
Yeah, it's those little things that stick with you for a long time.
Forever.
Yeah, it's the little things.
I have a lot of memories.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What makes you think about that?
The fact that I have a lot of memories?
Yeah.
That I can remember a lot of random stuff. Like that. Like, why would I remember that? It's not even that bad. It doesn't, like, mean anything. Like, I put no weight behind it. There's nothing to it. It's just, like, yeah, I remember that. My mom has, like, things where she'll, like, remember random junk like that, too. So I think I just get it from her.
Yeah, it's a genetic thing, remembering.
Remembering. Yeah, no one else remembers.
Yeah, no, people don't remember nowadays. That's the problem with the American public. They don't fucking remember anymore.
Yeah.
These people don't remember.
Do you even know what 9/11 is?
Sheep apes forgot about 9/11 20 years ago.
I know, right?
Damn them.
We're doing it for Dale.
This is my First Amendment right. I'm allowed to be here. Don't you fucking use that voice with me. Officer, we need to de-escalate. This is a de-escalation.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, excuse me.
Sir, I'm using my First Amendment.
Violate my rights. Go ahead.
Two of them show up at the same time on the same day, and they're both like, "This is my First Amendment rights." And then he looks across, and there's like a guy in a vegetable costume. He's like, "No,
yeah,
not you."
Honestly, that's what I want to see next. I want to see two auditors confront each other at a post office. Maybe that's the video we gotta do. Holy shit! We'll do the thumbnail.
You do it all in a real live public.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm here to do my official audit. Looks over, sees you. Dude, we have to do that. Holy shit.
Another guy's just like standing in the corner with like a camera, like pointing at like some books or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then even better, we gotta like preemptively like tell the post office workers, like, dude, we're doing this to make fun of people that do this. Can we, we just want to let you know that this is what's going on. And then we'll argue with each other, and then maybe they can call the cops over.
We would have to like literally remember all the stupid laws that they remember. That's the thing.
They don't even remember the laws. They're just like, It's basically, it's just like minimal stuff. It's really...
Yeah, you just need to know the basics of each little
Yeah.
tidbit, and then you're like, of course I know this one thing. Do you know this one thing? And
Yeah.
other people are like, oh, you got me.
Hey, officer, you're not allowed to detain me. Am I being detained? Am I being Are you telling me to clarify? You paid the mana for this counter spell.
To clarify, I played an enchantment on my turn, and then
I just want you to. I want you to. You're locking this in, right, Judge?
I saw you.
You see, ley line of sanctity gives me protection from you. Just want to make sure you understand that. Edgewalker here, merfolk creature, has protection from named player, and I have designated that the named player, because obviously it makes no sense to be anyone else, but you, is you. So therefore, this guy, because he has protection from you, means he cannot be targeted, destroyed, touched, fingered.
This guy,
anything.
This man goes on to lose the game. The whole time he's like, and I have counterspell. Yeah, and I have.
You want to make sure you're tapping 3 mana for cancel on this creature that has protection from you.
Sir, it's 6 o'clock. We're closing the shop.
No, hold on. This is my First Amendment right. This is public space.
Sir, this is 6 o'clock. We're all going home.
Private property. Why are you wearing a butterfly costume? Here's my favorite one here.
Uh-huh.
There is a young lady whose nose continually prospers and grows. When it grew out of sight, she exclaimed in affright, "Oh, farewell to the end of my nose."
She just kept growing it, dude. What is she doing with that? How heavy was it?
I don't know, man. It's kind of heavy.
Though.
It's a big-ass fucking nose. You might be able to suck on that nose there.
Oh, dude.
So yeah, anyways, I've been getting really into children's book lately.
Yeah. What's that weird name for a pedophile? What's the weird name for the you know what I'm talking about?
You talking about the ebiphile?
No.
Talking about the different distinctions of pedophile?
No. How
the
there's
hebephile.
Like a minor interested person,
a
MIP?
The map. Yeah.
Minor associate.
They're cartographers, yeah. No, it's like it's what, minor attracted person.
That's it.
Or
yeah.
Something. I don't forget what the S stands for.
I don't know why I've been listening to Dr. Phil talk about things, and then I watched a Turkey Tom video on a pedophile, and I heard the map thing. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I watch a lot of Turkey Tom stuff. It's a bad habit, I think, at this point.
It is. They're kind of gross to watch.
Yeah, but they're
good.
It's weird to me. I've been thinking about this because I was like, how should I feel? Because I'm essentially just watching losers. Like, that's pretty much all Turkey Tom. It's people considered lolcows, or it's people considered they're like weird, creepy. They have like a bad backstory. It's hardly ever anything that's positive, really. I mean, in all sense of the word. And so I like to think about it because I'm like, okay, well, I am, my thoughts are going to be representative of my environment, of what I'm doing and who I am. And if I continually watch these videos, what's the point? What am I gaining out of this by seeing these horrible lives of these terrible people? What is it for you? What do you think it is?
I just watch it while I'm at work.
Yeah.
And it's long content, and you can kind of think about this thing that's happening or happened or whatever, and you go like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to me. It's almost like a brain check-off thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there is an aspect of I'm curious from I'm walking through the zoo and I want to see this weird fucker do this weird stuff.
Yeah.
But
whenever I've heard about a person and I click on one of his videos and I know about the person already, I'm like, oh, I wonder what things I don't know about that person that I think I know about. But there's one who was Giggles the Clown or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm like, this guy's just messed up.
Just like a degenerate.
I just don't I was watching the video, and I normally don't get oh god, this is gross. I normally don't recoil and whatever. I'm like, I almost turned off the video because I'm like, this guy is really disgusting.
Yeah, and then it's also well, I mean, there's two sides of it too, because it's okay, well, you're giving him publicity.
Yeah.
And then there's also you're informing the public about this weirdo's existence. So it's it's hard to be well, maybe you shouldn't be making videos about, because some of these people maybe I don't know.
want that or
Like,
I feel like most of the people that if that guy does a video on them, I don't think a bunch of people are like, oh, I'm gonna go try to find this car.
I don't usually think so. It's hard to say. It's just so weird too, because it's at the end of the day, it's like these people are just messed up.
Yeah.
And I think the attention only messes them up more.
Probably.
So.
Well, I think that you learn that from every single one of his videos. Like, oh, the more attention this guy got, the more in their head they got, and then they started doing wacky garbage, and it's like, oh yeah.
Honestly, the more I do watch videos like this and see like how fame affects people and stuff, and all these things, I'm just like, man, there's an aspect of me that wants to do YouTube like less and less. Like I understand psychologically what the fame does, and
I think you can wear it right. It depends on how you wear it, right? Because there's people that are perfectly fine. It's just like it depends on how I don't know how you handle it, right?
You got to draw essentially healthy boundaries between you and your audience for whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like whenever we first started this, I think I was very worried about that, and then, and I was like, oh yeah, we didn't even say our names or anything, right? So like, now we're on camera.
Yeah.
So like,
now we don't even care.
Yeah. Now I'm like, well, like I'm ready to go see the camera.
Yeah. Now I'm ready to get audited in public.
Yeah. See, but isn't that the thing, though? You don't want to be on camera whenever you audit because then people know who you are.
Yeah.
So that's why they do the anonymous. Well, that one of the guys doesn't, right?
Yeah.
So,
the people do know who they are to a certain extent, and like some people are in on the bit almost, and sometimes officers explain it to them, and some people kind of like get it. But then for other people, it's like an ego trip to like power abuse and stuff. So there's plenty of valid reasons to do that stuff. It's just. At the same time, it is like the fame. I don't know. It's another aspect of weaponizing a single point of view or something. I'm not.
It's weird, we like watch all these like videos and junk, and they're all like meaningless trash.
Basically, that's another thing I was thinking about. I mean, I like Turkey Tom. I think he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I had an interesting perception because I watched his Tom IRL and him go to the Anthrocon, the furry convention.
Okay.
And he didn't get a lot of positive reactions, but he also wasn't putting out good vibes. He was kind of like weird and judgmental to all the furries in different ways. Yeah, you don't want to
just immediately...
Yeah, and he also wasn't trying to fit in. So, and there were weird people stalking him, and I don't think it was his fault. But then I watched another guy who like bought like a shitty fursuit and then like tried to participate and stuff, and he got great content. He got great video. He did a bunch of stuff. I forget what his name is. So
yeah,
but he dressed up in like a cow costume, walked around. He was doing like the silly dances. He was like talking to people in the costume, out of it. Like, I feel like if you approach the convention with that more mindset rather than like, oh hey, here's like a weird zoo of weirdos, I'm gonna look at
film the weirdos.
Yeah, and I felt like he walked in with that perception, so it was difficult to
Yeah, that's weird.
It's interesting because it's like, well, this, if you only see this perspective, if you only see his perspective, it's gonna look like, completely. Yeah. I don't really know what I'm trying to say.
Well, like I think his videos. I think something that I appreciate about his videos that sometimes with certain people he tries to make it even why the person did this. And like sometimes you're like, oh well, I mean I can get that, but they're still wrong, or
Yeah, sometimes it feels like he's chronicling the lives of these terrible people, and I almost feel like there is clearly a market for it. People like to watch it, but why?
Yeah.
Why am I watching it? That's what I think more. Like, why am I so invested?
Why? It's just like I've been trying to meditate more.
Yeah.
But it has been like harder than it was in my past, and I think it's just like there's so much junk going on. Like not even like real stuff, just like literally I'll be sitting down and I'll hear my phone go off. I'm like, I shouldn't look at it. It really doesn't matter. I shouldn't. And I'm like, I gotta go look at it. It's like a Snapchat notification. I go into Snapchat. I go and it's like, oh hey, this guy posted a new thing on his story. I click on the story and it autoplays like an ad, and then it autoplays into like shorts. I just close out of that, and then I'm like, oh wait, there was something else I was going to do earlier today, and then I like click on YouTube, scroll through, and I'm like, oh, there's nothing new. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, so that wasted like 10 minutes of time that I was going to like meditate. Now I'm like, oh, well, it's 5:30. I was only going to like meditate for like 10 minutes. Well, I'm going to go play video games now. It's like,
yeah,
dumb.
It's like a lot of useless distractions.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
phones are bad. So anyways, you want to go to the cabin?
Yeah, when do we want to do that?
Yeah, you just want to go tomorrow?
Tomorrow. I mean, I gotta move some shit around my schedule. I could swing it, but it would be better next. Well, not. What days work good for you?
Weekends is the only
Weekends,
time I could
mainly?
go, yeah.
All right, can you do it in 2 weekends?
What weekend is that? No, probably not. This is the problem that I have.
See, so I could probably swing it this weekend. I gotta reorder all my plans. But this weekend I have book club, and I want to make sure I'm at book club.
Okay.
So if you want to do it this weekend and leave tomorrow, I just gotta tell my dad that I can't get the car this weekend because I gotta go camping.
Yes.
So if
This is the thing. We should talk about this afterwards.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The weather has been super warm.
Yeah.
It will just be mudfest.
Yeah.
This is my concern. This is why I was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do it, because it's just, if like it's pointless to like walk around the woods and junk. Like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whenever it was all snow, you can walk through it. This is my problem. So like I say this, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I can't really do it. The weekend of the 20, whatever, in 2 weekends.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that one, and then I don't know what's going on the weekend after that, so I don't know.
Okay, I could do like pretty much anything in April if you want to do it in April.
The problem with April,
It might be more muddy, yeah.
yeah, more mud and bugs spawn.
Mm-hmm.
The bug spawn turns on at some point, and you
Yeah,
don't
they
wanna
turn
be
on the
there.
bug spawner. Well, if we get a bunch of torches, I think we can put it on the
Yeah,
bug
just put
spawners
it-
and it won't be a problem.
Just put it right on find the bug spawn. Well, that's the problem. You got to find the bug spawners. You
Yeah.
gotta mine down to dig for the bug spawners.
If
and
we
then-
just pee in every lake, I think we'll take them out.
And we eat a bunch of lavender,
Yeah, and then shit in the lakes.
and then we cover ourselves.
If I just walk in with my phone held up like this and tell the bugs it's my First Amendment right. You fuckers, I'm allowed to be here.
I'm a bug auditor.
Yeah, I audit all bug spawns. Oh, what? There's a bug spawn over there.
But yeah, no, I mean, like, here's the thing, right? Okay, we do it this weekend. I come home. We come home on Sunday. Yeah. So we would have like one full day there, which is fine.
Yeah, so we leave Friday, get up there Friday.
Friday night, I would be after work.
Okay.
So it'd be like 4:00 tomorrow.
All right, so how about in April we just test the mud and we do it for a week? Do you think you can pull that?
We test the mud. I think the mud would test
We'll
us.
walk. We'll just park the car out at the end of the driveway.
We'll drive 3 hours.
And then walk
And
the
then-
mile. Yeah, I will fucking do that with you. I will do that, and we will try it then.
The car can make it. I
Oh,
have the
okay.
Broncado.
Yeah,
The
okay.
Broncacava
Yeah, you
Auto.
kept the... He's not selling the Bronco anymore. Sorry, guys, if you
guess.
were
If
interested
you're
in it.
into-
He's
No,
keeping it.
If you're still interested,
Don't fucking renege on this. You liar.
Yeah, no, I you know.
Yeah, this is our podcast. We can talk about what we want. So let's talk about our plans. So what are we doing?
I want to go meditate in the woods more.
Yeah, okay. Does it need to happen tomorrow? Because I'll do it if you're down. I will reschedule everything.
You can't do next weekend. Next weekend, I think, is the only other weekend.
I'm
right?
gonna kill myself.
I'm sorry, this just popped up. I was like meditating.
I
one
had
day.
it all planned.
Yeah, and then you canceled it, and then now I'm like uncancel.
Yeah.
and I know I am.
It's fine.
trash with
Do you
this,
want to do it
alright?
tomorrow? I'll go with you.
Okay, here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to call my grandfather and ask him what condition.
Yeah. Why don't you do it on the podcast? Call him.
Live. Hello, Grandpa.
Yeah. Hey, is there mud up there?
Yeah.
Do you think we can walk through it?
Hey,
Have the bug spawns turned down.
Gramps, have the bug spawns turn out.
I've been collecting charcoal and sticks to make a bunch of torches to fuck them bugs up.
I punched down the tree in my backyard.
Honestly, man, you seem like you need a break. Maybe we should go up this weekekend.
This is all right. All right. So here's what. All right. Here's the.
You're
order of
so
operations.
wishy-washy, dude.
Let's think about this. Let's think. Let's. All right. All right. I call my grandpa.
Yeah, right now.
We have confirmation. Hello, Grandpa. Hey. Oh, and also I want to have a guy do drone shots up there.
Okay.
So the guy would come and visit for maybe 20 minutes. do his drone shots.
Is there
and
just a
leave.
guy you can pay to do that?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a long story, but I signed myself up for something stupid, and this is it.
Okay.
I basically, a guy was like, I was taught, he was like, yeah, I do drone stuff on the side. That's really cool. You know, I've always wanted to get like drone shots up north. He's like, dude, I'll get you a quote right now. And he's like an acquaintance of work. And like, I think that I don't want to go back on this. Essentially, I don't want to go back on this. And he's down bad for money, and so I'm like, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll.
So you think he'll drive the 3 hours?
I told him all about it, and I thought it would deter him. Did not, and this is why I'm like, oh God, I'm really in now.
How long ago did you tell him?
Last week.
Oh my God, this guy's dead, dude. Well, at the end of the day, he made his own decision. So if you don't want to pay him for drone shots,
okay, call Grandpa.
yeah, call Grandpa.
Grandpa.
Let's hear what Grandpa has to say. Ask him if April would be better. I want to hear his opinion.
I don't think you.
I want to hear his opinion. Maybe we can meet him there too.
He would show up. Remember he showed up? Did he show up last time?
No.
Oh, he usually shows up. Let's see what's going on here. This is gonna be a really boring call.
It doesn't matter.
This is content.
We've already given them content.
we give it.
No one that watches this.
Yeah.
It's just for us.
They got what they needed out of the beginning.
Yeah.
And
I
now
told fucking children's stories.
They should be entertained.
Yeah, it's enough.
Hello? Hey! How you doing? It's Sam. Good. Hey. Hey, how's the cabin right now? Now, is it super muddy? Oh, yeah? Yeah. I was, so like it was so tentative, and now we're like, oh, we could probably do it. So I'm guessing it's a little muddy. Oh, yeah, yeah. Because I got a friend of mine wants to, because he's got he does drone stuff on the side, and I was like, oh yeah, I was talking about the cabin stuff. He's like, oh yeah, I'd love to do some drone shots and stuff. So, I was gonna go up with one of my friends, and then he was gonna come up for a quick drone shot session or whatever. So, I don't know. We were thinking about going this weekend. Okay. All weekend. Gotcha. Yeah, and I saw it earlier in the week, and then I was thinking that I wasn't going to be able to go up, and now everything's kind of lined up to where this would be the only weekend I could go up. So it's kind of, I'm, stuck. So, yeah, I mean, like, is it supposed to? Well, I'll have to take a look myself for the weather stuff and see, right? Oh yeah, gotcha. Okay. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. That's cool. Yeah, no, I'll have to take a look, and then I guess we'll have to decide here, huh? Okay. So it's going pretty good. Been working. I started a second business selling insurance, so yeah, I had a good opportunity to start selling, health insurance. So as my side gig, whenever I run out of robot work, I'll do that for a month or two until my next contract starts. So yeah, so yeah. I know. It's kind of weird, but a friend of mine is doing it too, and it's same exact thing. So he has his own robot programming business, and he's got his own, and now he's doing the health insurance thing. We're like, well, I could probably do that. So it's good. I mean, right now everything's okay. I have one employee. You know, he's supposed to go down to Indiana at some point, but they keep pushing the project back. But other than that, I've been working every day. I've been staying busy, so yeah. 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 So. As you heard the, yeah. Okay. Just gonna be. Yeah. Well, you know, maybe we'll get you know, if we go, maybe we'll get a miracle, and there'll be no rain. Who knows? But yeah, okay, all right. So, I gotta go, but I'll call you back if it'll either be tomorrow or tonight. I'll call you guys back and let you know if I'm going up or not. Okay. I know. Okay. All right. I'll, yep. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
So what's the verdict?
Grandma was about to get on the phone. I'm like, and no, yep, Grandpa.
Dude,
Yep.
you should have let Grandma on the phone, man. That would have given us another 30 minutes of content.
It was not content. Yeah, if you guys wanted a simulated version.
I want to hear you talk to your grandparents and only hear one side, man. Come on, dude. This is what the people want. They get all the flashy shit on YouTube. The guys jumping out of planes and Mr. Beast giving away 10 mil to
People just
poor people beating off in Pittsburgh, Virginia, whatever.
Yeah, and what they're looking for. Some people type into YouTube one-sided conversation with Grandpa where you tell them that you started a second business selling insurance.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Like, yeah, Grandpa, it's kind of weird. It's like a pyramid scheme. It's like a... They do it all the time. All the
I'm
kids
just hacking insurance.
Everyone loves MLM now. Dude, like, everyone's got a life. That's what you're selling. You're selling a life. You might as well insure it. Do you not value your life?
Yeah, and you know what? I go on Instagram and I show them my Bugatti, Ferrari, Maserati
that he rented for 1 hour to take those pictures.
That's right.
Exactly.
And I go to the private jet warehouse where it looks like a private jet, but actually it's just a fake set.
Yeah.
And it's $30,000 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, easy.
And then you also run the third business of internally auditing post offices on the side if your insurance thing doesn't go through.
That's right. And so I have 7 different jobs because that's what it takes to make it as a
American. As a goddamn American.
As an early Gen Z, late millennial child.
Yeah, so your grandpa doesn't know that we got the fucking hookups with the wind spirits, so I think we'll be fine.
So yeah, if you want to go, we can do it.
Sweet. I'll just tell my parents.
I'm
sorry. Not coming home. No,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good, dude.
We'll come home early Sunday, okay?
Yeah. No, you're good. I don't need to come home early Sunday. Jade wants me out of the office, so keep me as long as you want. She's trying to get me out of here. I gotta go. I'm fucking stinking up the place, dude.
I gotta see my wife and.
No, she's tired of you.
Oh,
she told me.
Do you want me to call her too?
Over Discord. Yeah, let's ask her.
Here, I'll put her live. I'll actually put her on speaker and tell her she's on the podcast.
Yeah. I want to hear her reaction. Tell her you're going away this weekend.
I got this one. I got this. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's see if she even picks up.
Hi.
Hi, are you still at work?
I am on my way to my car right now.
Epic. I'm using my First Amendment right, and I'm telling you that I am on the Roving Slant podcast.
Oh, okay.
Hey, we're going up north.
What?
We're going to go up north tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I double reversed uncanceled it.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all. What were we supposed to call her? What was I doing?
You were going to ask her if she's sick of you or not and wants you out of the house.
Yeah, Cody thinks that you're sick of me and want me out of the house. Is this true?
She pleading the fifth.
No.
No. That didn't sound very convincing for a no. I guess we'll talk about it tonight. No.
Yeah, let me know if you're gonna pull the third Uno reverse on me, dude.
So anyways, I love you.
I love you too.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah, no, she is.
Should I get my girlfriend now? Is she here?
I don't know. Why don't you just... I just imagine he just like yelled down the hallway.
I didn't even need to yell, dude. She's right there.
Oh, you just waved. Hello.
All
How
right.
are you doing?
So my girlfriend wants me out this weekend. So
Oh,
yeah, you can get in frame if you want.
You want to speak into...
is that my webcam?
Yeah,
That you're
I've been holding on to it the whole time. What do you think I do?
stealing?
You think
Just
I
stealing.
do
Stealing all
work?
my stuff.
Yeah, so I take your shit, and then I'm taking my shit up with Sam this cabin
Yeah, we're
journey.
going to a cabin now.
Are you fine with that? I'll leave Friday to Sunday night.
Can you stay until Monday?
Can I?
I have to be home on Sunday.
Take off, take off Monday.
Can you leave him there until the next
Yeah, can your grandpa drive me back?
Hey, Grandpa, I'm just leaving a strange man
Yeah.
at the cabin.
He can cook.
Maybe just leave him there for the summer,
Uh-huh.
and you could we could send a drone in with supplies every once in a while.
Well, see, we're having a guy with a drone take photos, so he could... I just hire him to do
We're
that.
gonna have to figure out something else. You're gonna have to leave work early, or Sam's gonna have to drive me to your appointment on Tuesday, if I can't get the
That's
cars.
Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet! I got more time. Okay,
Epic.
cool. Then I'll just tell my parents. Let me call them on the podcast.
We've been doing this. This is
Everybody's on the podcast.
Yeah, this is the phone call podcast.
Yeah, let me call my dad.
I hope you enjoy your time on
Yeah.
the Roving
I'm
Slant
gonna- I'll
podcast.
make the most of it. And
If they, who even knows if you even are picked up on the microphones? Because that's,
I feel like if the phones are, I probably am, but quietly.
yeah, we would hope.
Here for this.
Hey, Cody, what's up?
Hey, I'm preemptively giving you a call because my plans changed and I got to go into the wilderness with Sam for a cabin journey. So I want to do the car thing with you, but it'll have to be during next week if that's fine.
Okay.
Is
Okay, no problem.
Okay, sweet. Just wanted to make sure because originally we had plans to go up to a cabin alone in the wilderness with no electricity and only gas lanterns, but then Sam pulled the Uno reverse on me, and then now he showed up again and he's telling me, oh, it's actually
Double.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he did another double Uno reverse, so I'm just letting you know.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, sweet. I love you and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, love you too. You guys have fun.
Yep.
Be safe.
Take care. Oh, don't worry, we will. It's nothing but safe up there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's no one, so.
Nobody for miles, just bears.
Yeah, just bears.
Just there. Okay.
Just bears.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Good night.
Good night. Sweet. All right, I'm set. We're good.
Well, the
Can we leave now? Do you have work tomorrow?
Yeah, mosquitoes.
We have to go to Lord of the Rings too.
Oh God.
What's Lord of the Rings?
Nerd
They're
shit?
playing it at the MJR theater. They
Oh.
brought it back to the theaters. So
Yeah, if you skip work, you can do that. Then we can go to the.
we already got the VIP pod.
He can get his own
Those are
pod.
nice.
Yeah.
Solo.
Which
He can be my footrest. No. I can be his footrest. Oh shit. Uno reverse.
They might still have one of the couple pods available for you too.
the snuggle pods.
The couple ones where it's like
Yeah.
2 instead of 3.
The
It's
chair.
cool because it's a throwback movie, so they're like $5 tickets.
Yeah.
And the pods make it like $8.
Yeah, I was about to say the fancy ones are $8.
And they have heated seats,
Mhm.
so you can fucking sweat your ass
Yeah.
off into the chair.
Just leave all the
Yeah.
sweat on the
I
seat.
get up and it's like.
I just like that I don't have to share like elbow space with strangers.
It
when
is
I get
nice.
The pod ones.
Oh, me and Rebecca have done that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, we did
So.
it for the Titanic. It was nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've never seen the Titanic. We saw that recently.
I've never seen that. They like showed it in school.
It was surprisingly good. I don't remember watching it in school.
That in school. I can't really like say that because when I was in 3rd grade, they showed us Old Yeller after they made us watch it.
Jesus.
Wow, that's great.
You're gonna suffer through death, and this is gonna show you.
Sorry, after they made us read it, so we had to read the book and then watch the movie. Just in
Yeah.
case we didn't get that the dog was dead.
They should just
Yeah.
do the Marley and me.
Okay, I think I'll head out.
Yeah, you're
now,
good.
So goodbye to my webcam.
Yeah.
Goodbye, your
Yeah, good. It's
webcam.
fine. We gotta do the last 20 minutes is the alpha male part of the podcast, so it's no women allowed.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm about to. I gotta
Yeah.
take off my shirt.
I should go get my Kirby's for you then.
No, I don't think that's gonna
I
help.
want to go get the Kirby's.
Oh, we got Kirby's.
Yeah, they're support Kirby's.
Emotional.
Yeah,
or
they're
physical?
trained. Yeah, they're both, and spiritual. Yeah.
And spiritual. We got to get food for this trip.
We can figure it out on Friday.
I mean, okay.
Last
okay,
minute,
okay.
just take me to Vincent Joe's. It's a mile down the street. We'll get
All
it
right.
all.
Yeah,
Done.
we'll go get that.
I got frozen meat I can bring. What do you want to eat?
I don't care.
Here, I got the Kirby's.
Yeah, bring them. Give them to us.
Who wants the champion Kirby?
Give him the champion. He's a champion.
Thank you. Look at it.
All right.
This is very nice.
Yeah, let's talk about our food plans on the podcast, too.
Good luck with
I want everything with content.
You want literally monetizing life.
Yeah, dude.
Literally.
I think about it every moment. I'm only thinking in the content machine.
You're like,
Look at these eyes.
Do
These
I-
eyes tell you I'm not fucking serious.
He's a bloodshot.
Yeah.
I'm so serious. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know. What do you want?
Well, we're bringing 2 hot dogs, so what else do we need? Buns? Yeah, you got those, baby. You've been hitting the gym, right?
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, you should see him, dude.
You get me all tense in here. Is it hot or is it just me?
No, it's not too bad in here.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you I've been on this like Whole Foods type thing, so if we're gonna do lube, it's gotta be honey raw.
Whole Foods.
Yeah.
I
I don't use,
what
like,
about olive
lubricant.
oil? Is that too processed for you?
It depends. If it's cold pressed, I'm fine with it. But if it's heat pressed, then
Oh yeah, the hot pressed olive oil.
Yeah,
it's
'cause
way
then-
more processed.
yeah, because if it's hot pressed, then all the bonds of the trans fats come together and
Did you say
they become
trans
set.
fat?
It's over.
End the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, like, all right, if you want to go there.
You want to do liver and onions? Have I made liver and onions for you yet?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm okay. Wait.
Trying them? Sweet, I can't wait. Let's do that, and then I can think of something else.
We only need, okay, realistically, right? Remember last time we got up there really late?
Yeah.
Let's just, like, pretend that we're going to eat before.
What do you mean by that? I mean, I could fast for 3 days, dude. It doesn't matter to me.
I'm saying, like, Friday night, let's just eat before we go,
Oh.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That way we don't have to cook food whenever we get up there.
Okay, well.
Because there's already the unpacking, turning on all the lights,
Yeah.
getting the water.
I'm just going to bring myself. I don't know. And then you just bring the laptop, and then I'll bring this.
Yeah, it'll just be in my backpack.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, yes. But that's fine, yeah. No, I'm saying, like, we got to whenever we get...
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
cook
yeah. We got to
food
do the pump
the
the water.
next day,
We got to turn on the gas lights.
all that stuff.
Yeah, we got to finger the furnace.
You got to finger the furnace, that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
We'll probably get up there, like, hopefully we get up there before dark,
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, liver and onions only takes like 30 minutes to make if we want to do it Friday night, and then we can come up with something for Saturday.
Sure.
Sweet.
What are we going to do Saturday?
What do you want to eat? You made a beautiful venison.
I
thing
know, I don't
last
need
time.
venison, though.
Yeah. I have ground venison.
We can make tacos.
We could make tacos. That's easy.
Yeah,
But it requires bringing more ingredients, though.
Does it?
Yeah, because you gotta bring a bunch of stuff and cut it up, don't you? Spices and shit.
I can bring a pre-packaged bag of Sam's legendary spices.
Maybe we should do tacos.
Okay, yeah, and then all we gotta do is buy tortillas and, like, I like sour cream and cheese.
Okay. Yeah, and we can just stop at Vincent Joe's and get the stuff. You're cool. There's some fresh vegetables and shit I can get.
Yeah. What do we want to do, like, rice with that or anything?
Yeah, rice would be good.
Or do
Might
you
as well do the whole Chipotle
do you
experience.
do you like refried beans?
I like beans. I can make beans.
Okay. Would you ever had refried beans?
Yeah, they're okay.
Oh, okay.
I prefer
not
just
a big-
beans.
Okay.
I mean, I got beans.
I was thinking
I'll just make beans.
Bowser's Big Baked Burrito.
You can get them if you want them.
No.
And
We'll do
I get
yeah.
just boiling beans. I got beans. So
like, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do liver and onions Friday, and Saturday we're gonna do
Yeah.
tacos.
And we probably want some snackies for
Yeah, I can bring nuts.
because if we walk
I got a lot of
around,
nuts.
that would work.
Yeah.
And then for breakfast, we want eggies.
Eggs always.
Yeah.
Eggs and bacon. I can get bacon at Vincent Joe's too.
Okay. Yeah, we can do eggs and bacon. That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. Problem solved.
It's cool.
I'll grab a stick of butter.
Yeah. If not, we'll just get it.
There's olive
whatever we
oil.
need.
We can use that.
Okay.
It might be cold pressed, so
Oh,
it might be
God.
okay.
Oh my God, they're so accommodating at the cabin.
Yeah, they are. I think that's it.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about on the podcast?
I'm just thinking about up north now because I gotta think about that.
You don't have to think about it. We're just gonna drive up. It's not a big deal. Why are you thinking?
Yeah. No. Anyway. Goodbye.
Have a good day.